Good morning. It's Tuesday, March the 24th, and you're watching AGORACOM Small Cap News TV. I'm your host, Paul Kondakos. AGORACOM TV is a daily, fast-paced, edgy show bringing you the best press releases at the open, along with the halts, so you can hopefully profit from them and potentially find your next great small cap investment. Well, folks, I got a great show lined up for you this morning. I've got 7 great press releases to report on, 5 from the U.S. side, 2 from the Canadian side, and 1 halt to report on the second segment of our show. We've got some pretty spectacular results because it's earnings season. So without any further ado, let's get down to business. Our lead story this morning comes out of a company called China Recycling Energy Corp. They trade on the bulletin board under the symbol CREG. The company is announcing fourth quarter 2008 and full year results for the year ended December 31st, 2008. China Recycling Corp is a waste-to-energy solution provider in China, and you know how bullish we are on the China sector. I'm going to give you some highlights from the fourth quarter and the full year. I'm going to move through this stuff quickly because we got a lot of ground to cover. Fourth quarter 2008 revenue grew 190% quarter over quarter to $12.3 million from $226,000 in the fourth quarter of 2007. Gross profit was $3.1 million compared with $175,000 in the fourth quarter of 2007 and $1.3 million in the third quarter of 2008. GAAP net income was $2.3 million compared with a GAAP loss of $170,000 in the fourth quarter of 2007, and GAAP net income was $730,000 in the third quarter of 2008. Full year revenues for 2008 increased 107% year over year, up to $19.2 million. And that's up from $9.3 million from last year. In addition, I'm going to give you a little bit more info. Guidance 2009, the company expects revenues for 2009 to be in the range of $33 to $36 million with net income of approximately $8 million. Gotta love these companies. Profitable, great revenues, and based in China, one of the world's fastest growing economies. A little bit about China Recycling Energy Corp. They're based in China and provide environmentally friendly waste-to-energy technologies to recycle industrial byproducts for steel mills, cement factories, and coke plants in China. Company is last at 22 cents, 52-week high of $1.90, 52-week low of 22 cents, and a market cap of $8 million. That's incredible. Moving on, Yayi International, they trade on the bulletin board under the symbol YYIN. The company is reporting on their first quarter ended January 31st, 2009. We've got some highlights from the company. Results of operations for the 3 months ended January 31st, 2009 and 2008. Net sales for the 3 months ended in January 31st, 2009 were $6.5 million, which is an increase of 69% for the corresponding period in the prior year. And gross profits for the 3 months was $4.5 million, which is an increase of 74% from the corresponding period in the prior year. As of January 31st, 2009, the company had cash and cash equivalents of approximately $1 million and working capital of approximately $3.4 million. Yayi International is a leading manufacturer and distributor of goat milk powder in China. Could be a potentially lucrative sector to be in, given what happened with the tainted milk scandal in China. Company is last at 40 cents, 52-week high of $3.60, low of 40 cents, and a market cap of approximately $10 million. Moving on to Southwall Technologies, they trade on the bulletin board under the symbol SWTX. Once again, they're announcing year-end results for the year 2008. They announced revenues of $42 million as compared to $37.7 million in 2007, which is an 11% increase. Year-end 2008 net income was $5.2 million, which is an increase of 46% compared to net income of $3.6 million for the year ending 2007. A little bit about Southwall Technologies. They're a developer and manufacturer of high-performance energy-saving films and glass products that dramatically improve the energy efficiency of architectural and automotive glass. Here's a big footnote. Their customers are in over 25 countries around the world, which include monsters such as Audi, BMW, Daimler, Chrysler, and that's just to name a few. Companies last at 60 cents, 52-week high of $1.87, low of 42 cents, and a market cap of approximately $17 million. Next one, eMagin Corporation. They trade on the bulletin board under the symbol EMAN. The company is reporting preliminary results for the fourth quarter and fiscal year 2008. What do we have here? The company expects to report revenues for the fourth quarter of 2008 of approximately $5.3 million, which is an increase of approximately 14% compared to the same period prior year. Full year revenues are expected to be $18.7 million, which is approximately 7% greater than those reported last year. Net income for the fourth quarter is approximately $600,000 compared to a net loss of $1.2 million for the prior year. So it looks like this company is turning the corner. For the full year 2008, the company expects to report a loss of $1.9 million compared to a loss of $18.5 million in 2007. Once again, this company looks like it's turning the corner. Definitely one to keep an eye on. A little bit about the company. They're a leader in OLED, OLED, microdisplay technology, and personal display systems. Company's last at 50 cents, 52-week high of $1.07, low of 21 cents, and the market cap of approximately $7.5 million. Computer Software Innovations, our next one, on the bulletin board under the symbol CSWI. They're announcing record revenues for the fourth quarter and year-end 2008. They announced fiscal results for the year-end of December 31st, 2008, where revenues totaled $59 million, which is an increase of $3.5 million or 6% from 2007 fiscal year. Other highlights include gross profit was approximately $12.8 million, which is an increase of $1.5 million or 13% compared to the numbers from 2007. And net income for 2008 totaled $1.3 million or 25 cents per basic share. A little bit about the company. They provide software and technology solutions to public sector markets. Last at 65, 52-week high of $1.19, low of 40 cents, and the market cap of approximately $4.6 million. Now, moving north of the border, we got some Canadian companies for you. Exeter Resources, they trade on the venture under the symbol XRC. They also trade on the AMEX under the symbol XRA, and also for our European friends on the Frankfurt under the symbol EXB. The company is reporting 8.7 million ounces of gold and 2.1 billion pounds of copper as an interim resource estimate for their Caspiche property, which is located in Chile. I've got a quote from Yale Simpson, Exeter's chairman, who states 8.7 million ounces of gold resource increases by 45% or 3.9 million ounces to 12.6 million gold equivalent ounces when the 2.09 billion pounds of copper is taken into consideration. The conversion to gold equivalent ounces assumes $1.50 per pound for the contained copper and a conversion to gold using an $800 per ounce gold price. A metallurgical recovery of 100% is assumed for both metals in the conversion. A little bit about Exeter. They're a Canadian mineral exploration company focused on the discovery and development of gold and silver properties in South America. And the company has $40 million in its treasury, so it looks like they're cashed up, which many resource companies are not. Company's last at $3.28, 52-week high of $5, low of $1, market cap of $165 million. And finally, folks, I've got Western Wind Energy Corp. They trade on the venture under the symbol WND. The company is announcing a 20% increase in revenues for the year ended December 31st, 2008. 20% increase in revenues up to $5.1 million compared to $4.3 million for the 11 months ended December 31st, 2007. Also for the 3 months ended December 31st, 2008, revenues were up 144% to $690,000, up from $282,000 for the previous quarter or for the previous year. And the company's financial position as of December 31st, 2008 was significantly stronger than the prior year as cash increased from $450,000 to $1.8 million as of December 31st, 2008. A little bit about the company. They're in the business of acquiring land sites, capital, and technology for the production of electricity from renewable sources. Company's last at 70 cents, high of 435, low of 50, market cap of $25 million. And I've got one halt to report on, Genius World Investment. They trade on the venture under the symbol GNW.P. The company is being halted at the request of pending news. That's a wrap for today's show. I'm your host, Paul Kandakos. Thanks for tuning in once again. Please make sure to tune in again tomorrow. We've got more great press releases and halts at the open for you.